Hey guys, how's it going out there? It is noon. It is lunchtime, YouTube. How's it going? It is July 10th, 7:10 today. Headphone warning. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing well. You guys are having a good, I don't know, is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. I always get Wednesday and Thursday mixed up. It doesn't matter if I have it like in front of me on a calendar, I'm still gonna screw the days up. Doesn't matter. So we've hit the minute mark. Welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I'm Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Dark Lady, how's it going? So let's roll the dice, shall we? Headphone warning. All right. First thing I see is bride. B-R-I-D-E. Bride. Bride of Frankenstein. Somebody's going to be a bride. The bride to be. Lift. Lift. Somebody needs a lift somewhere. L-I-F-T. Not the transportation company that is like an Uber or a Lyft, but lift like lift something heavy. Look. L-O-O-K. Not seeing, oh, okay, yes I do. R-E-C-U-S-E, recuse. Recuse, that is when a judge or a lawyer or an official has to remove themselves from an investigation, a prosecution, something like that. They have to recuse themselves because they're too closely related to the case. That's kind of interesting. I am out of vowels. Not a vowel was to be had in that roll as well. Rush. Somebody's in a rush to do something before somebody else recuses themselves. Somebody's too close to a case. I'm hearing there's an injunction. That's what the lift is about. There has to be an injunction that needs to be lifted. Huh. Again, out of vowels. Beverly Hills Cop came out on another channel yesterday. Well, we're all on the same wavelength. That would be my frequency then. Card. Card. Somebody's going to rush somebody a card? A Hallmark card? A credit card? A company card? The name Henry is here. H-E-N-R-Y. Can we get a word? Bay. B-A-E. Bay. All right, and A. I'm going to put that back in the can. So the words that came out of the dice are bride, lift, look, recuse, rush, card, Henry, and Bay. All right, let's pull some out of the basket and then we'll get into the tarot after that. And I guess we're gonna pull the ones that fell on the floor too, y'all. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. What's everybody eating for lunch? What time zone are you in? Where are you watching me from? State, country, hemisphere, time zone, all of that stuff. All right, now let's get the ones that are on the floor. So the FCC is down here on the floor. The FCC and the Securities and Exchange Commission. All right, Federal Communications Commission and the Securities and Exchange Commission. That's interesting. All right, so that is the first card out. Their brother is really their father. Family skeletons in the closet. We gone straight to that family tree that doesn't fork again, folks. Why does this stuff come out in my readings? Okay. The Nanny, TV show of Fran Drescher. We have got a rune here, Jera, year or harvest. And I don't have my book right close by because my cat dumped water all over it and it messed with the cover and everything. Like the binding on the book is all soft and it has to lay out until it dries all the way. I don't want to touch it. We've got the sign of Scorpio here. We've got another rune. Dagaz, day or dawn. What is it with the alphabet entities today? We've got the EEOC, DFEHADA. So, Equal Employment Opportunities Commission, Department of Fair Employment and Housing, and the Americans with Disabilities Act. Something about the Americans with Disabilities Act. The letter E. Crow. Russell Crowe, eating crow, the bird, crow, the movie, Crow. Female stalker, single white female. Papa, the letter P. Q, Quebec. We're back into the military alphabet. Tense. Somebody's on edge. Somebody's really kind of ready to snap. Bait. Somebody's baiting somebody out. Ooh. The alphabet agencies are baiting somebody. They have already done this, otherwise I wouldn't be able to pull this in the reading. Somebody's in trouble. They've been baited. Baited to come for somebody. Congratulations, you played yourself. Well, damn. Powerless. Whoever this female stalker is, these alphabet agencies have put out some sort of bait for this person. This female stalker could be a Scorpio. This could happen in the month of November or the late October. Situation is very tense. Threefold flame. Somebody is a positive, involved parent. They don't need the nanny. Sarcastic. Moonshine. Resentful. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I radiate acceptance. I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. This was given to me by my therapist, so I put it in the basket. Something about somebody's little black book. Somebody's got numbers for days. Numbers, numbers, numbers. 888. Look for the helpers, Mr. Rogers. All right. Somebody feels powerless here. They need to pay attention. This alphabet agency, the FCC, SEC, EEOC, DFEH, ADA, ABCD, EFGH, okay? They're the helpers in this situation. Who's the bitch now? And yes, every time I pull the card, that's how you're going to hear it, because it's from my teenage years. Sacred, or scared, excuse me. Scared, not sacred. Scared. Guys, I'm just going to turn this one around for you. Shh. What does that say? Alphabet boys are remote viewing. Okay. That's where the reading's at today. Hey, Coconut, how's it going? Appreciate you for being here. Alphabet boys, alphabet agencies are heavily involved in today's reading. This is already something that's passed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to pull on this with energy so pronounced, because usually their work is cloaked. Nothing will kill a great employee faster than watching you tolerate a bad one. I don't know what that has to do with it here. But what I'm working on is these alphabet agencies here. And then we've got the military alphabet, P, C, or P and Q. Mind your P's and Q's. Somebody is scared. Somebody's scared. These people are remote viewing. They feel powerless and resentful. They don't like it. Something about the little black book. It was bait. It was bait. Congratulations, you played yourself. Somebody's name is in somebody's little black book. And they're remote viewing somebody else that is bait for a female stalker. Somebody's being used by these alphabet agencies as bait. I don't think this person even knows they're being used as bait here. But when they do find out, this is what's going to be said. Who's the bitch now? How the fuck you like me now? Somebody got used as catfish bait. Catfish bait. Hey, Cynthia, how's it going? Catfish bait. All right, let's get into it. Overall energy, you guys. The overall energy. What is the major arcana on this reading? Please and thank you. The Empress. The Empress is the overall energy. So this is the bait. This is the bait. The Empress is the bait. This positive involved parent. This person is the bait. They're using this. This is somebody's mother. Somebody's mother. This is a homemaker. Something about fly by night. You guys hear the plane? Somebody's looking for this mother, this Empress. Somebody's looking in every corner, in every nook and cranny. Somebody's investigating this Empress. They're Two of Wands. They're taking action, but they, like, the actions being taken, I believe, are backing the investigation farther and farther into the corner. Nine of Swords. These people are having nightmares. These remote viewers are having nightmares. They thought they were going to use somebody for bait. Evidently, this Empress is a little more powerful than they anticipated. We got the King of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse here. So we've got an overpowering hostile energy that is motivated because somebody's feelings are hurt by this Empress. What does the Empress have to do with the Alphabet Boys specifically? Why are they watching her? Why? Out of remorse? They're watching this person, but they're protecting them at the same time. They feel so bad they're using this person as bait. Evidently, this Empress provokes negative feelings. There's somebody watching this Empress that they have riled up. Who's the bitch now, right? My mom is popping in right now. It is something she always used to mess with me. I mean, she was, let's just say I grew up abused, okay? But my mother used to say shit to me like, if you want to play who can be the bigger bitch, I'm going to fucking win. Guess who grew up to be the bigger bitch? This Empress. This person provokes negative feelings in people and they're not afraid. They mind their P's and Q's. They're a positive, involved parent. These Alphabet Boys remote viewing, congratulations, you played yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself. How do you like that? These people remote viewing, watching you mind your P's and Q's, because that is what's provoking negative feelings. That's what's causing these people nightmares. There was nothing about you other than, I don't know, you mind your P's and Q's, and it pissed the people off who forgot to dot the I's and cross the T's. The people who are uninvolved, neglectful. We've got the FCC and the SEC here, and the Alphabet Boys are remote viewing. Why? We have got Federal Communications, Securities and Exchange, Employment, Department of Fair Employment and Housing. Something about somebody's disability and their healing. Trying to heal. Something is a secret about all of the negative, resentful emotions that people have for this person, and all of the illusions have been destroyed. This person is a positive, involved parent, and these people that are remote viewing have played themselves. They used somebody for bait that is absolutely obsessed with this positive, involved parent. There is a single white female involved here. Let's get into that. Tell me about the single white female card, please, and thank you. The card, single white female card. Somebody's in a rush. Boundaries for the single white female. Stalker. Friendship. Boundaries in a friendship. So this EEOC, DFEH, ADA, FCC, the Alphabet Boys that are remote viewing, the Alphabet agencies, tried to use somebody's friend or somebody they thought was somebody's friend to get to them, and they got cut off instantaneously. Cut off instantaneously. You can see through the illusions here. It was a good thing you did that too. That's the person that they were trying to bait, and as luck would have it, you set boundaries before you were even told this person was stalking you. I think you have your abilities to sense something here that you were being kind of followed. We've got talisman, you got signs and synchronicities. You were given information from spirit here. Karmic path and psychic. You can feel people's karmic energy. You get signs, you get signals, you get indicators. You set boundaries with somebody before you even knew this person was some sort of stalker. This person feels powerless. They're just starting to realize that they took the bait. Congratulations, you played yourself. Somebody is a positive, involved parent, and now situation is tense and somebody's going to be eating crow. I'm not supposed to say anything else on this because it could alter the way this person moves. They're just supposed to know they're caught, I guess. Yeah, that's it. They're just caught. They're caught. You have set boundaries with this person. You know who they are. You're sitting in your energy. The thing that you don't know is that this person, you were used as bait to catch this person. And you've done your job. Evidently, when you set boundaries with this person, it was instinctive, not because you knew that there was something going on with them. Like your energy told you to like block. The good thing is, whoever these alphabet agencies are that are watching, they're pretty pissed off. They're pissed off. I think that this person was supposed to be baited out a little bit further. But they did you did what you were supposed to do, and they took the bait, and congratulations, they played themselves. Whoever is remote viewing, whoever is like watching in from these alphabet agencies has enough information, has enough evidence, because all you did was mind your P's and Q's and stay a positive, involved parent. And now this female stalker is powerless and resentful just because your phone number is still in their like their little black book, or like they kept some sort of address book and they may have known you at one time. There's that whole song, Somebody That You Used to Know. And I think that's where it is. This person's left digesting a big old bird, eating crow. All right. So let's get the other cards out and see if there's anything from that. Nothing will kill a great employee faster than watching you tolerate a bad one. The nanny. Oh, you guys want a really good one? You want to get into some like made-for-TV movie shit? Their brother's really their father. It's the family skeleton in the closet and the nanny knows the truth? Okay. All right, let's get into that, you guys. We got bride, lift, look, recuse, rush, card, Henry, and Bay. All right. Let's see about the second reading. Who else is out there? You would rather I didn't what? Okay. Oh, can I spam it? Yeah, don't spam. I don't want you to spam. Please don't do that. Just hit the like button. That's all. Hang out. Make regular conversation in the comment section. Someone's stooping their nanny. Somebody's stooping the nanny. No, I think the nanny knows that the babies that they're watching, their teenage or young adult brother is really their father. I'm getting somebody with a hot stepmom here. Fuck. This is so fucked up. Somebody married somebody's dad. This person was an older teenager. Could be named Henry. Who knows? Dad's bride. Damn. Dad's bride got pregnant by dad's child, which is not their child. Their brother, these kids, the nanny knows that the older brother is really the father. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Holding on to a secret. She's blackmailing this guy. She's blackmailing. She's blackmailing. She's like, give me money. Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. It's like a, it's an understanding. This is not official extortion. This is not blackmail, but it's an understanding. I believe that the nanny, the employee, the great employee, has caught the stepmom and the kid, but not a kid. I'm going to say the playing house, playing doctor. Two aces. Wow. So we've got the nanny getting an extra paycheck here from the, I'm going to say teenage but adult, like 18, 19-year-old son. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, the Fool in reverse, and the Four of Wands. So this compassionate step-parent and this teenager have had some sort of romantic interlude. She has used her manipulation on this child. She wants a genetic match to the family. I don't think dad is... I'm going to say the ammo is firing blanks, okay? I think that the father here isn't getting her pregnant, so she's stooping the teenager. The Fool in reverse. Somebody's about to get caught in the home. At a party, at a family gathering, at a celebration. He's gonna pull off and do a quickie in the bathroom and get caught with your stepkid. Okay. King, Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Swords. A missed opportunity. Somebody missed an opportunity to tell the truth, to get out of the situation. This kid's up at night. The nanny's up at night. The kid's worried the nanny's going to tell. The nanny's worried the kid's going to tell that they're taking money. This is somebody flipping burgers, okay? This is like a teenager, but an adult who is the father. Maybe they weren't an adult when this happened. The father of their new little brother or sister here. This convoluted. Eight of Pentacles. I'm hearing they just got their first job. Just got their first job. 10 of Pentacles. This stepmom is sick. She's keeping the family money in the family, even if dad isn't the father. I don't even want to be in this one for very long. This is some shit that's made for a soap opera. Like, I don't know. Rich people problems is all I gotta say. This is like somebody that's really well off and they're just bored with their life. This is somebody who married for money. They want to keep the money in the family. Even if she gets a divorce, the kids still belong to the family line. This person, this woman, this stepmom, no wonder why they're worried about the nanny. No wonder why the nanny can't sleep. They're worried about their job. They're worried about their money. Definitely rich people problems. This is like an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians here, okay? The next Ray J video, Perseverance. This nanny doesn't know how to keep going. They love these kids. They've worked with this family for a long time, possibly before this woman was even married to the emperor. Nothing will kill a great employee faster than watching you tolerate a bad one. Fear. This nanny's scared. Do they tell their boss, like the person that pays their paycheck, do they tell the emperor what they know? It's gonna, like, they're gonna get in trouble one way or another. This nanny's like taking money from the teenager. The teenager's like, please don't tell, please don't tell, please don't tell. My dad's gonna kill me, my dad's gonna kill me. I don't think the stepmom is aware the nanny is aware. Guilt. Please don't tell, please don't tell. The stepmom is unaware. Grief. Yeah, they'd be freaking out if they were aware that this nanny knew. It could end everything for them. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Well, this person's really appreciating the fact that they're going to lose a lot of money. Trust. They might lose, like I said, keep the money in the family, in a trust, in a living trust, in a, I don't know, somebody's going to change the will, though. This nanny's going to tell. I think they're going to tell, and they're going to be afraid. I do not want to lose my job because this is what's happening. They're trying to mind their own business. But this emperor is going to, I think there's going to be something that triggers this conversation. Why is the nanny going to come tell the emperor? How is this going to come to be? Like, they've got all the information here. They're going to rush in and tell this person. That might be also where recuse comes from. This nanny might quit their job. They might have to go do something else. They might have to, like, leave the situation. High Priestess just came out. They have higher information. They know what's going on. They're going to have to tell the truth. They're going to have to do the right thing, operate with an integrity here, and give their boss the lowdown. The Hangman. Oh, boy. So stepmom is about to get thrown under the bus. The Star. Aquarius energy, healing energy, exposure energy, somebody being seen for their true essence energy. Somebody saving the day. This nanny might be saving a lot of money for this emperor in the long run and be helping this other kid. At least, if this teenager has been seduced into being the father of this woman's children, I think she's going to get rushed out real quick. I think that I think her easy days of being high on the hog, living with a lot of money is over here. The Lovers. We've got 4 major arcana that came out of this deck. All in the upright. Are these people really, like, going to say they're in love with each other? Is she going to say she's in love with this kid? Make it look okay? Make it look a certain way? Like she's just cheating on the father as opposed to scheming on his money to have genetics? Like, this nanny's going to tell. This nanny's going to tell it all. King of Swords in reverse. Going to tell it all, and it's going to be a very unhappy truth. 5 of Pentacles. What did I say? This stepmom's going to be without money. They're going to be left in the gutter, in the cold. This emperor's pretty particular about their genetics. I think they're going to protect their child. They're going to protect their grandchildren that they thought was their child. And I believe they're going to give this nanny some sort of raise here. This person's going to tell the truth. They're going to save face for this family. Seven of Cups in the reverse. They're going to keep some sort of thing hidden. It's going to keep this from the public. It's going to keep this from being widely known. That Seven of Cups in reverse is just like illusions destroyed. Emotional damage. Okay? This family's really going to be messed up for a good while here. This stepmom is on her way out this house. On her way out of the situation, on her way out of the will, on her way out of the family, the inheritance, the money, and on their way into the gutter, the poorhouse, and poverty. Also going to be losing custody. No moral capability to lead children to adulthood. Stillness fell out. Hearing a pause before the strike. Generosity and sensitivity. A pause before the strike. This Emperor is going to wait. They're going to sit with the information. They're going to absorb it. They're going to decide and strategize on what to do with it. And they're going to give this ex-woman, or that soon-to-be ex, this stepmother, a very generous parting offer. They're going to be sensitive. Look, how much money is it going to take to make you just go the fuck away? Sign away your rights before I have to take this to the court of public opinion. This person is going to expose this woman for having slept with their teenage child if she doesn't just go the fuck away. They're going to pay this woman. They're going to keep, they understand the information is sensitive to these children. These people might be very well off. They might have a public profile. They might be some sort of famous person, very rich person. I mean, to have a nanny, they might be in the public eye here. So this has to be handled with some sensitivity and a very generous parting offer. All this person cares about, all this woman cares about is money. That's why she had these kids, was to keep the money in the family. So this Emperor is going to just say, here's a check. Kick rocks. Get fucked. Expression. There's going to be some sort of legal paperwork, contracts about the ability to speak on this. Nobody's ever going to be able to talk about it after the fact. I think these kids are young enough that if this is handled properly with tact, it might not traumatize them. And I think that's the most important thing to this Emperor. They may not be his kids. He's absorbing that they're his grandchildren, not his children. That's got to be a hard pill to swallow for anybody. Ooh, hell. What's going to happen to this woman? I don't want to know. She's going to be in a gutter somewhere. Judgment in reverse. Made the wrong choice. Thought you were fucking with somebody that was going to, like, I don't know, celebrate the pregnancy, not question the pregnancy. Maybe this Emperor understands that there's no way he could have fathered these children or this child based on a timeline here, putting things together, listening to this nanny, realizing, oh, shit. While they're sitting in this stillness, just absorbing it, putting the puzzle pieces together, the mental labyrinth is being navigated, and this person is coming up with exactly some sort of enough of a generous offer because he wants to handle the situation with sensitivity so it's never spoken of in front of these kids, so it never touches these kids. Screw this woman, this stepmother. These poor kids. This is like Flowers in the Attic kind of garbage. Like, this is a V.C. Andrews novel. I'm so sorry for, like, this is only happens in, like, extremely wealthy families. This is some bored-ass bullshit. Like, get a hobby instead of stooping your teenager to get pregnant with his genetic line. What is this? Made for TV movie. TLC. An episode of Law and Order, SVU. Like, what the actual hell here, folks? Damn, let's get one more card and get some advice on the way out. Do I want to do this one? No. Let's do this one. Let's do my kitchen oracle. Let's get one card of advice, please and thank you. Closing message, please and thank you. Sage. Interesting. Enjoying sage. Though often used for its capacity to cleanse and clear negativity, sage also holds the power of wisdom and knowledge. Pulling this card in a reading means that the wisdom or knowledge you seek is right in front of you, that you already know the answer to the question you're asking. Allow your own inner knowledge to guide you through this time. Sage's power tells us to trust the inner voice and move forward with confidence. If you guys understand that sage is not just for cleansing the air, it's not just for cooking, it is also a synonym for wise, wisdom, being a sage and wise elder, okay? I think that is what's going on with this Emperor energy. They're going to clean this house. They're going to clean house. They're going to get rid of the negative influence in their family. This person already knows what they need to do. They've sat and they've thought about it. They've contemplated it. Their plan of action, their plan of attack, however they're going to approach this situation, whatever generous offer they're going to give is going to have some legal ties to it. There's going to be some sort of contract. This person has really thought it out. They've been watching this and they know exactly what they need to do. They just have to implement it. They just have to say goodbye, toodaloo. Sign here on the dotted line. Here's a check. Now get the fuck on. That's basically what this person has to do. So, I think that's the end of the reading, you guys. I'm going to close the energy right there. I thank you all for joining me. Hopefully I will be back this evening for a nighttime read, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, kicking it with me. And remember, if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, y'all, so the fuck can you. Black Betty out. Thank you, Dark Lady. I appreciate you. Bye, Cynthia. Have a good day. Bye, Coconut.